Isolation for me conjures up a sense of real loneliness. And for me, it was a fate worse than death. It sounds very dramatic, but when Jeremy died, I was so lonely that I would have preferred death over being alone. So now that we're talking about self-isolation because of the coronavirus, I am having some very mixed feelings about this. I'm fortunate that actually I am living in a house with my aunt and there are people around, but I know that there are a lot of people going into self-isolation that are completely alone and they are going to feel lonely. Solitude is different. Solitude is when you take time out to go in and recharge and reflect, contemplate, meditate, pray. But it is usually based around a very healthy social context. Here, self-isolation does mean that you're on your own and you could be on for day after day after day. So how are you going to manage self-isolation and stop it becoming loneliness and allow it to be a time for solitude? I have 5 ways. It's my A to E of making self-isolation more about solitude. A is acceptance. We have to accept this is the situation. We have no choice. We can't protest against it. We can't fight against it. The responsible thing to do is to self-isolate. And I know that this feeling of not having any control will make people feel vulnerable and uncomfortable. But that's okay, because from this vulnerability will eventually come courage. So accept this situation. And by accepting, you get your power back. B, look after your body. Keep physically fit. Keep eating good foods. So keeping physically fit will help keep a structure in your day as well. So get up, keep the structure of the day of getting showered and dressed and then doing a workout, whether that's dancing to your favorite piece of music or doing an online fitness course, or even if you've got a garden and you're lucky enough, you can go out there and walk around, go into nature. Nature's color and vibrancy is going to help nourish you. And then in terms of eating, eat healthy. Don't binge on unhealthy food. This is the time that you really need to make sure that what you're putting into your body is good food and you have time. Start cooking. I mean, I'm not a cook, but I am going to plan to eat well. And from that kind of looking after yourself, self-care, will come physical strength. C, connection. Never has technology been more important in keeping us connected. WhatsApp, FaceTime, Skype, Zoom, whatever it is, use it. Connect with people. Again, we have time. So we have time to nurture those relationships, to grow those bonds, to make them stronger. And so from that connection will come compassion for one another. So connection, it's key. And don't forget to check up on people who are alone. My mom's alone, so my sister and I are constantly WhatsApping her and making sure she's okay. And in fact, she's just watching the news all the time. She keeps sending us the updates, so I don't have to watch the news because mom's doing it for us. It's fabulous. Okay, and then my D is devotion. Now, some people are religious, and that's great. You can use prayer, but devotion is devotion to the spiritual, to yourself actually sometimes. So that inner reflection, that self-reflection, that contemplation, the meditation, whatever it is, take time to reflect, because you're going to need that quiet time to really think about what we're in, what this situation is, and what we want to come out of this time. And I believe that by really reflecting and going internally, you will hear the messages that you need to hear. The universe will speak to you. And so from this place of reflection will come a lot of wisdom. And then finally, E, emotions. Oh, don't we just love emotions? But now is not the time to deny or suppress your emotion. Whatever you're feeling, angry, sad, fearful, feel it, accept it, and the best way to deal with it is to write about it, journaling. Take out a book, take out a diary, and just write down how you feel. And just writing stuff down is very cathartic. It's a very healing process. I know I've done it in a couple of books now where I've just kind of written how I've felt. And trust me, it's a great way to deal with those emotions. And it's definitely better than bottling them up. And so from that place of pain that you feel with your emotions, you will come out of that and you will see that this too shall pass. And from that place of pain will come positivity. I just want to read this last bit to you because I think it's important that you kind of get this message. And I hope that it resonates with you as much as it resonated with me. We all lead such busy and hectic lives. Time is always in short supply. And now, suddenly, we're being given the gift of time. We must use this time wisely. This is our chance to build on our inner courage, strength, compassion, wisdom, and positivity. And when we resurface from this time of solitude, we will find that we're more resilient, more connected, and more compassionate. I wish you all well in this time of self-isolation. Stay safe, stay well, and remember, look after yourselves and look after the people around you.